Hey everyone! Hello. Trying to decide on what will look cuter for this video. Maybe we'll do a little clip. This video is a video about my pregnancy. It's been so long since I've sat down and made a YouTube video. What brings me to YouTube is some major life-changing stuff. I'm pregnant. If someone sat me down a year ago and told me I was gonna be pregnant, I probably would have laughed in their face. I would have just been like, yeah, you don't know me. I know my body. It's crazy to think about. It's crazy to sit here and say that I'm pregnant, and I feel a little goofy for even saying that. I'm just like, is this real? One thing I've always wanted was to be a mom. For a long time, I didn't think I was gonna have the chance to be a mom. Now that this is finally happening, my whole life has changed, and it's changed for the better. Before I found out I was pregnant, my life was in shambles. I was in shambles. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, I was not there. I was not happy. I had nothing to live for. I was trying to find ways to escape through drugs, through going out, through random people. I was very young and very lost, and I felt much older for my age. Therefore, I felt very self-critical. I felt very pressured by myself to be in a better situation in life, even though everyone's timing is different. Obviously, you can't be in a negative mindset for anything to work out in life. Those of you who are watching my YouTube videos back then, I'm sure you can see a big difference, even in just how I look, my aura, my energy. I was a very sad and negative person. I could only show people the negative because it's all I had to present to the table, and I kind of wanted to make something out of my negativity, but the issue was that I never made it out of the negativity. Still working on myself, but I'm in a much different state of mind where I thought I couldn't have kids. I thought I wouldn't be happy. Nothing made me happy. I thought I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. Every negative thing that you could feel about yourself in your life, I was feeling. I just remember saying to God, God, please give me a reason to live for. Please give me a reason to want to wake up every day. I'm to the point where I literally don't care if I die or not. And that's why I'm in and out of hospitals, in and out of shitty ass situations that I shouldn't have been in. But I can't go back in the past and change it. All in all, it led me to the point where I was at rock bottom, ended up in the hospital again. And when I ended up in the hospital for a negative reason, for not wanting to live, yeah, I don't want to go too much into depth. Maybe one day when I'm ready for that, I will explain that story. But I don't want that story to dictate my present. So I ended up in the hospital, and I was just so sad. I was so sad. I really felt like that was it for me. What more can I do other than shut down from the world, shut down from myself? I'm in and out of detox, I'm in and out of hospitals, nothing's working. So when I went this one last time, you can only imagine how down I felt about myself, how guilty I felt. I remember a nurse coming up to me, freaking out, telling me, oh my God, you're pregnant. She was freaking out because the condition I was in mentally and physically was not good. It was not healthy. She said it in such a way where I was like, are you serious right now? First of all, you're my nurse and you're telling me I'm pregnant. Please don't freak out telling me in a way where she was scared for me. The minute she told me, I just remember my heart dropping down to my vagina, down to my stomach. And for some reason, as terrible as my life was at the time, I felt an ounce of joy. Like I felt happy because it felt like such a surreal moment to me. I couldn't believe myself. I couldn't believe the world. I was like, maybe there's a way that's not happening, it's not real. The first people I instantly thought of was my parents and the baby daddy. But more so my parents. I thought of my parents because I was thinking, what are they gonna think? Are they gonna be happy? Are they gonna be okay with it? I've already done the worst of the worst I could have done in life. Baby, does it just top it off? Are they gonna be mad? Are they gonna discourage me not to keep it? Regardless, I was so excited to tell them the news. The first person I called was my mom. As much as me and my mom didn't get along when I was younger, that moment showed me a lot about how I really feel about my mom, how much I actually love her. And even though we butt heads because we both have such strong, stubborn personalities, and we're both very much the same, she made me at the end of the day, she was still the person I was most excited to tell. I just felt like she would understand the most. And she did. My parents were at first very shocked, but not shocked to the point where they were mad, because they were already coming to terms with the fact that they were gonna lose me, that they were gonna lose their daughter, because they saw how much I didn't want to live. I didn't care about my life. And then I ended up in the hospital for that reason, and they literally thought they were gonna lose me. So surprisingly, their reactions were very positive, and they encouraged me to keep the baby. At first, my mom was very quick to getting realistic. How are you gonna take care of it? You're not ready for it. It's gonna change your life completely. She said all those things, but the thing about my mom is she literally had me at the same age. My parents were super supportive of the fact. It's not like they were like, oh my God, yes, have it, it's gonna be easy. Thinking about how I was even just as a child, all the expense that go into having a child, it's a lot. But my heart, my intuition told me to keep it. I wanted to keep the child. I tried to weigh out the option of not keeping it, but my life felt like it just would have been so dull without it. And I don't know if I would have had the opportunity to have another child. It just felt right. My brother wanted me to keep it. My parents wanted me to keep it. Once they saw that it was keeping me sober, keeping me healthy, keeping me alive, they're like, this is maybe the best thing that could have happened for you, because would you have not had it? Would you have stayed sober and healthy? Probably not. So you needed something that would change and flip your life the other way around. And that's exactly what it's done. Today, I'm 21 weeks pregnant. 5 months. 5 months and some weeks. So I'm halfway through my pregnancy. I'm having a boy. I'm having a baby boy, and I am so excited. My best friend also had a baby at 21, her beautiful baby. So she was another example in my life that I could look at and look up to and see that it is possible, and see how much it changed her life for the better, how much it matured her and grew her as a person versus how we were when we were younger. It's crazy because she was the one telling me, you need a baby now, like we need to have babies together. And I would always laugh at the idea, because I didn't think it'd be possible until it happened, and it was very possible. And when I told her, she was just like, I can't believe it. She was very adamant about me keeping it too. She was like, you're gonna stay healthy, you're gonna stay away from drugs, you're gonna, she pushed me in a positive direction and helped me, which I will always be thankful for. The first trimester of my pregnancy was hell. The first 5 weeks, I didn't throw up. If I didn't end up in the hospital, I don't think I would have known I was pregnant. I would have had no urge to take a pregnancy test. I did lose a lot of weight before I got pregnant. I dropped 30 pounds. Once I started gaining that weight, and if I didn't know I was pregnant, I probably would have just assumed I'm gaining weight. When I found out I was pregnant, I was 2 days pregnant. I thank the Lord for sending me to the hospital. Had I not gone to the hospital, I probably wouldn't have known I was pregnant. 2 days pregnant. You can't even take a pregnancy test being 2 days pregnant and know whether you're pregnant or not. You could take the HCG level test to see if they increased or decreased to kind of tell you whether you might have the possibility of being pregnant. They do a blood count and they can tell you how many days you're pregnant. I was super lucky to find out that I was pregnant the second day. From then on, my whole mindset changed. I was in the hospital, I felt so guilty about even those 2 days of pregnancy. To think about how I wanted to die so bad before that was killing me, because I just kept thinking about the fact that had I died and not waited out a couple days, I would have never lived to know that I could have had a child and could have started my own family and experienced all those beautiful things. The first week of my pregnancy I spent at the hospital, which was a blessing because they hydrated my body. They put everything that I needed, that I was missing in my body, nutrients, water, all that. And I had the time to just sit there and think, cry to God, apologize to God for being so selfish and for not thinking about my future. I had the time to talk with God and think about what I wanted in life, whether I could keep this baby or not, and how I would dictate the rest of my life, what path I would go on, and how I would treat my baby. And I chose to have it. First trimester, after 5 weeks, all the symptoms started hitting me. I was throwing up every day, twice a day. The weeks before that, up to 9 weeks, I was so hungry, overly hungry. And I was doing my research, trying to find out whether that was normal or not. Turns out it is. Turns out I had an extra embryo, so I could have had twins. I literally could have had twins. Could I handle twins? Of course, we all figured out, but it would have been very, 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 very difficult. The first trimester was very unbelievable to me. My mom just kept telling me, a lot of people have miscarriages the first trimester, so it's not a guarantee, it's not certain, but do what you can to stay healthy, and you just gotta pray every day. And I prayed every day, and I kept God by my side, and I still keep God by my side. Whenever I'm feeling down or upset, I feel disgusting because I know I have to have faith. I know I have to pray to God. I have to keep saying positive and healthy affirmations for me, my baby, my family. I have to stay conscious of myself and choose life and choose to be positive, because it's so much easier to be negative and just stop caring. During the first trimester, it doesn't feel as real either because you're not really showing. I put on weight pretty fast because of how much I was eating, and it felt like my body was literally producing for two. So when I found out I had a second embryo, I was like, I literally thought I was gonna have twins, so I wasn't surprised at that. But I only had one sac, one actual sprouted seed, one baby. Finally, I don't have to throw up every day, twice a day, or even once a day. I don't wake up nauseous. I don't eat as much anymore. In the beginning of the pregnancy, it was very emotional. When my clothes stopped fitting me, I was crying. I literally cried like a baby. I was like, oh, I'm getting so big, I'm getting ugly. I felt super ugly. My hair was brown. I didn't like it being light brown. I wanted to go back to dark hair. I wanted to look cute every day, but I didn't have the physical or mental strength to do that. I tried to move around as much as I could. I couldn't function. All I wanted to do was rest, sleep, and cry, and figure out how I'm gonna look cute for the rest of the pregnancy, because I felt too young to be looking to be looking ugly, to be looking fat, to not have one of those cute pregnancies. But the truth is that a lot of it is in our heads. A lot of it is hormones. Everyone's body is different. What had really got to me was the fact that I lost so much weight right before my pregnancy. And now I've gotten much closer with my parents. They just want to see me do my best. Now it's easier for me to respect my parents and to understand their worries, and to understand that they're just looking out for me the way that parents are supposed to. They're not just trying to be annoying and be up my ass. They genuinely care. And that's something I would be doing for my child as well. Something I'm already doing without it even physically being here. It's only in my stomach. Now behind me is the child's nursery. Obviously, it's not ready. I still have 4 more months to go, but we have the crib right there, the bath, and we're gonna clean out this whole room, set it up in a way where it's comfortable for me and the child and the father to just be in here, spend time with the kid, keep all the clothes here, all the toys here, so it doesn't have to be everywhere in the living room. It's gonna be really cute and really fun to set up. I can't wait for that.